You just watched a tough one, and there is no way to sugarcoat it. That loss to Denver stings. Right now the reality is simple. The AFC West is basically gone, and for the first time in the Mahomes era the Chiefs no longer control their own path. That does not mean the season is over. It just means you and I need to shift how we look at what comes next. The smart reaction is not panic. It is refocusing on what still matters. Being 4 games back with Denver, holding the tiebreakers changes everything. Instead of chasing a division title that is likely already out of reach, the more realistic goal becomes securing a playoff spot. That is where the attention needs to go. The transcript I reviewed said it clearly. This team still has talent and value, but the route forward looks different now. The head-to-head losses to a few AFC teams put Kansas City behind the curve. That means we need help from around the league, and we need to stack wins ourselves. So where do you start? You stop worrying about what could have happened and look at what is in front of the team. The schedule still has winnable games. Home opportunities. A few opponents that can be beaten if the Chiefs clean up the basics. That means discipline, fewer penalties, more consistent offensive line play, smarter situational football, protect the ball. When those details fall in line, the Chiefs can still be a dangerous team in January. You have heard all the noise. People saying the dynasty is over or that Mahomes is slipping. Callers trying to stir drama. You do not need any of that. The better move as a fan is staying constructive. Point out what needs fixing without turning on the team. There is still a chance to make noise in the playoffs, and that should be the mindset now. If you want one game circled in red, it is the Colts at Arrowhead. Treat that game like a season-turning moment. Win it, and the energy around this team changes fast. I want your vote in the comments. Do you believe the Chiefs still make the playoffs? Yes or no? And give me one reason why you feel that way. While you drop that answer, help the channel by liking the video and subscribing. We are pushing for 6,000 subscribers, and once we hit it, I will break down the full Colts game plan live after the next matchup. Now let's get into the practical roadmap. The biggest shift this week is that Kansas City no longer controls its destiny. That means there are 2 jobs. Win as many games as possible and hope the right teams drop key matchups. The 3 teams most tied to our playoff chances are the Bills, the Chargers, and the Jaguars. Buffalo is the most stable of the 3. They are well coached, tough to beat, and already have leverage over the Chiefs. Counting on them to collapse would be unrealistic. The Chargers are Messier. Their defense is shaky, and their offense has been inconsistent. They can lose games they should win, and that creates openings for Kansas City. Jacksonville is unpredictable. They have talent but streaky play, and their schedule features matchups that could trip them up. For the Chiefs, the most important game on the schedule right now is the Colts at Arrowhead. Win that and the narrative changes. Lose it and the margin for error becomes very small. After that, the remaining schedule includes a mix of winnable matchups, divisional games, and a late-season rematch with Denver. Every game matters more than before. The formula from here is simple. Treat each game like a must-win. Clean up the basics. Cut down penalties. Steady the offensive line. Protect the football. These details turn tight moments into wins. Then keep an eye on the Chargers and Jaguars. You do not need them to crash entirely. You only need a couple of well-timed losses to open the door for a wild card spot. You also do not need complicated math. If the Chiefs win most of their remaining games, beat the Colts, and if the Chargers lose a couple winnable matchups and the Jaguars drop 1 or 2 difficult games, Kansas City can get in. It is that straightforward. Focus on what can be controlled and avoid obsessing over every tiebreaker twist. Here is your next question. Should the Chiefs be more aggressive to create big plays or more conservative to avoid turnovers? Give your answer in the comments and tell me why. And remember to like and subscribe. When we get to 6,000, I will release the detailed Colts game plan. Now let's talk about the fixes the Chiefs need immediately. 3 areas matter most: fundamentals and discipline, offensive line and offensive approach, defensive communication and consistency. Start with fundamentals. Penalties and self-inflicted mistakes have wrecked drives all season. When you combine that with a turnover or 2, close games flip in an instant. The fix is not flashy. It is coaching emphasis and players taking responsibility. Better communication on 3rd downs, cleaner snap assignments, simpler red zone concepts. You will know it is improving when Kansas City stops giving away free yards and when time of possession starts to shift back in their favor. Next is the offensive line and offensive rhythm. When pre-snap communication improves and blocks get more consistent, the offense breathes again. That might mean more quick throws, screens, and high-percentage plays to slow down the pass rush. If Mahomes has cleaner pockets and better rhythm, the offense can move the chains without relying on late-game heroics. Expect coaches to lean on the run game, build play action off it, and avoid risky deep shots when protection is shaky. On defense, communication needs to tighten. Missed assignments and blown coverages have turned stops into points for opponents. Coaches need to simplify calls and help the players react faster. The pass rush needs to reestablish itself. If the front can create pressure, the secondary gets more breathing room. As for leadership, players on both sides have to steady the team. Offensive leaders need to produce on early downs. Defensive leaders need to calm younger players when things get chaotic. This is not a one-man fix. It is a group effort. Coaching adjustments will matter too. Expect sharper clock management, clearer situational scripts, and smarter fourth-down decisions. You might also see more motion, quicker tempo, and shorter drop-back passes to protect the quarterback. Another poll for you. Which unit needs the biggest turnaround? Offensive line, defense, special teams. Leave one short reason. I will feature the best comments in the next video. Here is the mindset you need the rest of the way. Be supportive, but demand improvement. Treat every game like a playoff game. Expect discipline. Expect better fundamentals. Avoid week-to-week panic. If you want to influence the conversation, use solution-focused comments. One thing that worked and one thing that needs fixing. Shift from division or bust to January matters. The Chiefs have proven they can be dangerous in the postseason, even in imperfect years. That can still be true. The Colts game is the next major checkpoint. Win it, and the energy around this season changes fast. Before we wrap up, here is your simple fan checklist. Focus on the playoff race. Expect discipline. Watch the Chargers and Jaguars and celebrate their losses. Keep your energy positive and constructive. And tell me in one line your biggest hope for the rest of the season. I will feature a few next time. Thanks for sticking with Total Chiefs News.